Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Savannah. If you're new here, it has been forever since I have posted a video. If you are returning, you know I started a new job and just really haven't had the time. But guess what? That's all going to change today because I have some awesome DIYs. Why am I moving my hand so much? I am going to do my best at trying to put a video out at least maybe every other week. Let's start little and then we'll aim high. But today's a start and I'm so excited. So let's go ahead and get started. For this first DIY, I have one of these little signs from the Dollar Tree. It's so cute, and it is simple. I started by removing the tails off the back of this, and then I took my little finger sander and kind of just sanded down the edges. There was a little bit of paper sticking up, so I did try to get that off. A lot of these DIYs today, actually most of them, all of them, are so simple, but I feel like they're so cute, and they can just add a little bit of extra oomph in your house, if you will. But I just started by sanding that down, trying to get a smooth surface before I painted it. Then I'm going to take some Dixie Belle paint in the color Drop Cloth, and I'm just going to coat this whole thing, including the base. Now, I did have to do 2 coats, obviously, because there's color under this, and because I haven't crafted in so long, my Dixie Belle paint was really thick. So you can help that by just adding a little bit of water. That was a tip from one of my subscribers, and it really does help spread it out evenly, and you know what I'm saying. It flowed much better. Now, while that was drying, I am taking some raffia and I'm going to make 3 little bows. The way I do this is I kind of just fold my raffia up until I get a good amount. You can honestly take 2 strands of raffia and make a cute bow. You don't need a lot to do it, and I just take it by folding it in half. I do go a little out of frame right here because I used my mouth to kind of pull that knot so it wouldn't come undone. And then I just did that 3 times. You can see right here how I kind of fold it. Then I take a piece of jute, put that in the middle, cinch it. Again, using my mouth. Sometimes it's easier. And then I'll cut the excess jute off the back. I do like to go in and split my raffia. That comes in handy when you are just using 2 pieces. You can split it and it makes that look more full, like you used a bunch of pieces. Once my little bunny sign dried, I'm then taking my chip brush and some Waverly Antique Wax, and I start by just going on the edges first. I like those to be a little darker, especially when I'm distressing things, and then I'll lightly go in the middle. But for the most part, I like to go heavy-handed on the sides, and don't be discouraged if you get a little heavy. You can see right there where I got a little heavy in some spots. I feel like it makes it look more natural, like it was made this way, because things don't evenly age. So I do like to get a little heavier in some spots and then lighter in others, and then I'll just dry brush across the middle of this to kind of pull it all together. Next, I'm just taking my little bows and kind of just laying them out to see where I want them to go. And then I kind of debated if I wanted to use these little blue balls or if I wanted to use these little black puff balls. I ended up liking the blue better than the black. And then you'll see another option I think of in a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and glue the little bows on, and then yeah, I'll show you what I was thinking of, but ultimately I ended up just liking the pop of the blue, so I did go with that. And then this wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't incorporate buttons somewhere. So I got these brown buttons. I got them from Walmart. They're in the sewing section, and I was thinking about making these the tails, but again, I don't know. I just really liked the pop of blue because this piece is so, I don't know, I don't want to say bland, but it is just a neutral. So I did like the pop, but I am going to take some little buttons and put those in the middle. And like I said, I got these buttons from Walmart. They're in the sewing section, and I just like them because they're just wood buttons. I think they're so cute, and they're super inexpensive. I've had them forever. So then I'm just going to go in and glue those little buttons in the middle of each bow, and then I am going to glue the tails on. And this DIY is so simple. It literally took me maybe without drying time, 10-20 minutes of actual work. But it's so simple. I love it. So let me know what you think. Today's video is a collaboration with Shayna from Robinson Repurposing. I'm so happy. My first video in a long time is a collaboration with her. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know Shayna and I are pretty good friends, and I absolutely adore her. So in my description box, if you click the title of this video, a box will drop down and you will see a link to her video. Once you're done watching my video, of course, be sure to go check hers out. She did some Dollar Tree spring DIYs as well, and I cannot wait to see what she has done. If you're coming from Shayna's channel, welcome. I am so happy you're here, and let's get back into this video. All right, this next one is pretty simple too. I got this beaded garland from the Dollar Tree, which is new this year. I haven't been to the Dollar Tree in forever, so I thought it was super cute when I saw it. Obviously, it needs a little makeover because I don't like the yarn tassels at the end. And then the carrot was a completely different orange from the actual bead. So I was like, okay, no. So I just started by like dissecting it. I am going to make my own tassel. And I just started by taking some Dollar Tree yarn and just kind of, not yarn, jute, and just wrapping it around anything. This pumpkin was the closest. So I wrapped it around a few times until I got it how I liked it. And then I'm going to take another piece of jute and kind of tie that off to hold it together. Once I tied that off, I did take another piece of jute and kind of wrapped it around, not even an inch down, but just to give it that tassel look, if you will. And then I kind of wrapped it around a little more. I'm sure you guys know how to make a tassel. If not, I am sure, I was going to say I'm so sure, but I am pretty sure there is a better video out there to show you how to do this. I don't make a lot of tassels. I'm not great at it, but this tassel did come out fine. Once I got the little knot at the top, I did just lay like a very small bead of hot glue just to hold that little knot piece together to form almost like a little ghost. And then once I got that, I did cut the excess off, and then I did cut the bottom where it was looped so that it looked like a tassel. I gave it a little trim so it wasn't so long, and then I just sat that back to the side. Next, I'm going to take this little tag. This is from Walmart. It's 88 cents in their little wood section in the craft area. I always have these on hand because I love them. They're so cute, and you can use them with anything. And then I just started by giving it a good coat of the drop cloth by Dixie Belle. I use that a lot. And then I let the front dry, and then obviously I remove the sticker from the back because it is a tag, and it's going to flop around. So I did paint the back of that as well. Once the tag was drying, I then started by restringing the beads back onto my jute. And yeah, I'm not going to show you all that. Then I'm taking one of these bunnies. This is me painting the back. I don't know why I'm showing this, but while I'm doing that, you can see one of those bunnies there. These, I'm going to use these a lot in this video. It came off a sign from the Dollar Tree. The bunnies were kind of just hanging like garland, and I more so bought that sign for the bunnies because I was like, these are so cute. So snag that if you guys can find that in your Dollar Tree, because I think these are adorable. I love the burlap. Love the tail. Not a fan of the pink tail per se, especially if you're going for like a rustic vibe, but you can totally change that. Once the tag dried, I'm going in with my Antique Waverly Wax. Again, darker in some spots, lighter in others, and then just dry brushing across the whole backside. Once I distress the tag, I'm going to take this little bunny and I am going to hot glue that on there. Now, I know people are going to come for me about the holes in the bunny ears. They do not bother me. If they bother you, by all means, fill them in. put some more burlap on there, do your thing, but they do not bother me. So I know someone's going to say something about that. But like I said, if they bother you, do whatever makes your little heart happy. Once I glued that on, I did string it through the garland and kind of just tie it off. And I think this garland turns out so cute, especially for only paying a couple bucks for it. I did go back in and just kind of unravel the ends of the tassel. One, because they gave them almost like this, I don't know, wavy look, and I thought it was super cute. And two, because I wanted the tassel to look a little bit more full. But I love how this turned out, especially for a couple dollars. Moving on to our next one, I'm taking one of these picture frames from the Dollar Tree. I am not sure if they still have these. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure I saw them there when I went. I haven't been in forever. The other night was the first time I've gone in so long. But you could use any picture frame, preferably a smaller one. I started by removing the glass, and I am laying it on the back of some curated cardboard. I got this from Hobby Lobby, which, oh my gosh, you guys, they just put a Hobby Lobby in right by my house. So if that's not the Lord saying, Savannah, you should craft some more, I don't know what is. So I laid the glass on the back, and then I just cut it out, and then I'm going to hot glue it to whatever side of the glass, front, back, whatever, same sides. Now I'm just going to dry brush over with some antique Waverly wax. I did go in with a little bit of the drop cloth color too, just to add a little bit dimension in there, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to put this back in the picture frame. It was a little hard because that cardboard is a little thick, but I did just, you know, get it down in there. And then I'm going to close it back up, obviously. And then I am going to take another one of those cute little bunnies. Not yet. We're going to do this first. I ended up taking that same paintbrush and kind of just sanding it down and putting some drop cloth in there again, just to add a little bit of dimension from the cardboard and the actual frame itself. But I do like how simple this is and rustic it is. I love it. I think it's super cute. So anyways, we're going to take one of those bunnies. Again, not a fan of the pink tail. I think there would be a cute way to incorporate it, but I just didn't want it in this one. And then I started by removing that first. You're not going to get all of it off, but we're going to replace it. So I'm going in with the Waverly Color Agave, and I'm kind of just pouncing it on. You can't really paint burlap. Some places it'll sink in, some places it won't. So I do just try to pounce it in. But ultimately, I like the texture and I like the uneven parts of the paint when you're painting over burlap. I do make sure to get the sides and in between the ears and stuff like that. And then while the bunny was drying, I'm just going to take some antique Waverly wax. Again, just adding dimension, going in there, making this picture frame look super duper old. And then I love the pop of color. I think this is, I don't know, I keep saying it's so cute. Maybe I haven't crafted in forever and I'm like, oh my gosh, everything's just so cute. But I do think this turns out really cute, and it's a good little accent piece for a tiered tray. I'm then going to go in with some, oh my goodness, you can tell I haven't done this in forevers. Okay, so now we're just going to make a raffia bow. And again, just kind of the way I did at the beginning of the video, just take it, fold it over, split it, and then I cinch it, of course, with some jute, and I'll cut the excess off. Again, I do like to split it to make it look more full. Now we're just going to put everything together. So I'm going to glue the bunny in the middle of the picture frame. Got to add a little more blue on there. I couldn't decide if I wanted to put the bow at the top of the ears or like at the neck. But I felt like the neck was really close to the tail. So I did decide to go like at the ears, like an actual bow. Again, the holes do not bother me. If they bother you, like I said, do y'all thing, girls, boys. You know what I mean? So then I'm just hot gluing the bow on there, and then I'm going to hot glue the bunny and then put the tail on. And then that is it for this DIY. Like I said, so simple, but I think this turns out so stinking cute. And I am just as excited about this one. And then for this next one, I'm taking one of these signs from the Dollar Tree. You can find these all the time. It doesn't matter which one. And I just started by removing everything in it. And then I'm going to take the color Waverly, Mineral by Waverly. This is a chalk paint, and this would not be one of my videos if I did not pour way too much paint, and that's what I did here. But I'm just going to start by covering this whole sign everywhere inside. It did take forever to dry, but that's just because I used way too much, and I did end up having to do 2 coats in the inside just because of that bright color. I didn't want any of that to show through. Next, I'm taking some of these bottle brush trees from the Dollar Tree, and these are new this year, and they are so cute. I definitely need to stop in there more often because I did not realize how much new and cute stuff they had this year. So I'm kind of just going to spruce these up. I thought about adding like some greenery to the top. I did a carrot video last year with the carrots they had last year. And I did end up taking that whole thing off and just adding my own greenery. But I just didn't think it would blend well with the actual bottle brush, aspect of it. So I did just start by going in and just splitting the greenery, trying to make it look a little more full. And then I did remove their raffia bows just because not my style. And then I just did that to 3 of them. They come 2 in a pack, so I did buy 2. But like I said, I'm just trying to spruce up the tops of them. Then I'm just going to make one little bow, one of my little X bows. If you're new here, they're so simple. They're so easy to make. I just lay ribbon out in like an X formation. And then I always like to add a little raffia to it just to give it a little fluff. And then I take a piece of jute once everything's laid in the middle and I cinch it. And then I cut the excess jute off. And I think these are such cute bows. They're simple, they're easy. I like them messy. I just really think this is adorable. So I did that, and then again, I'm going to go in and split my raffia to make it look more full and to kind of just fluff that bow up. Once this finally dried, I'm then going in with my chip brush and some antique Waverly wax, and I'm just distressing the outside. I didn't distress anything in the inside. I wanted that to be a plain color, but I did want the outside to be distressed. So that's just what I'm doing here, going in heavier on the corners and edges. And then I'm going to take my carrots, and they stick very well together. I'm kind of have them stuck together right now. And then I add hot glue gun. You guys, I can't right now. It's also like 11 o'clock at night and I have to work in the morning. This is how much I love you guys. So anyways, I just took some hot glue, put it on the back of the carrots, and then laid them in the middle of this little picture frame. Next, we're just going to add our bow I just did it to the middle of the carrot. If you want to do bows on each one, that's totally fine. I just felt like that was a little too much. And I did make a kind of bigger bow to kind of go over the other 2. But I just think this is so simple. Again, so cute. So let me know what you think. Now, this last DIY ended up just being like, I'm just going to throw this together, and it ends up being probably one of my favorites as well. So I'm just taking this little blank board. I honestly think it came from Dollar General when they had like a little truck in the insert. This is the back of it, but I'm just taking it. It's literally a scrap piece of wood. You can get the planks at Dollar Tree, Walmart, wherever you want. And I just start by coating it with that mineral paint as well. You can see this is the back. Something sat in that little slat. What it was, I can't tell you. So I just coated that, and then I set that to the side to dry. Then we're going to take these last two cute little bunnies from that little bunny garland sign. Again, I'm going to go in and remove the tails. I am going to put the white back on there, but I did need to remove them. And some of the burlap kind of came up, so I did just hot glue that back down. And then I am kind of just cutting off the excess of the bunny tail. And then I remove the other one. Next, I'm going to go in with this pink color by Waverly. I think it's Ballet. And kind of the same way I did the other bunny, just pouncing on it, trying to get in those little grooves while painting on burlap. And then for the other bunny, I'm going in with the color Agave again, just pouncing. Make sure you get the sides of the bunny because you don't want your bunny to be blue and then the sides be, you know, some blue, some not. So just make sure you get the sides. You don't have to worry about the back because we're obviously not going to see that. But that's what I'm doing here. I'm just saturating this bunny really well. And then once my little plank was dry, I'm going in with my Antique Waverly Wax. Again, just stressing heavier on the edges and then some in the middle, just to give this little rustic look. I feel like today's video, they all kind of go together. It's a vibe. So I think they all end up blending well together. So I think these are cute. Again, you can do whatever color scheme you want. I just like these colors. So then I'm laying my bunnies out. You can see how it saturates more in some areas, but I kind of like that. I feel like it gives it character. And then I'm just going to glue both of these bunnies on. Next, I'm taking these little button plugs. I think they're furniture plugs. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. Actually, Shayna is the first person I saw to use them. So I had to get them. I've had them in my craft stash forever. But I did just want to add these to the little edges just to give it a little more detail. If you didn't have a Hobby Lobby, you could always use the puff stickers from Dollar Tree and then just paint over them just to add a little bit of dimension. But I did like the wood with this as well. Next, I am just taking some buffalo check ribbon, and I literally took a wire and just wrapped it really tight around the middle because I didn't want these to be too big. And then you can see right there, I'm pulling wire out of ribbon. And then I just added that to the necks, and I glued their tails back on. And then, like I said, we need, or I didn't say this, but we need a way for this to stand up. So I took some of the Dollar Tree little cubes, and I am going to glue 3 on the back. I kind of just wanted to test it out at first to see how I wanted to glue it. And then I turn it around and show you how I glued them. Again, you guys, I just threw this piece together. I was in my zone and I was like, I want to make one more thing. And I just took a bunch of scraps, and this, I think this is so cute. It's definitely one of my favorites from today. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave a Easter or spring emoji. Don't forget to check out Shayna's video and her channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!